So here I've got an integral with a quadratic in the numerator and a factorised quadratic in the denominator. So looking carefully, if I multiply out this denominator, I'll get 2y squared as my dominant term. And I've also got 2y squared in my numerator. So I'm definitely going to need polynomial long division and partial fractions to take care of this integral. So let's put the equivalent of what this denominator is in the form of the integrand as well. So I'll have 2y squared minus 8. Multiply this out, I've got 2y squared. I'll have plus y plus 6y, so it's plus 7y. And 3 times 1 is just 3. So then that's all dy. So now we see clearly now the dominant terms in the numerator and denominator are both 2y squared. So polynomial long division is going to be my next step. So let's put them into a bus stop. So 2y squared minus 8. So I'm going to put my minus 8 over here and then put a plus 0y there. So I've got a space to put my y. You'll see why that is in a moment. And as I'm dividing by that, I'm going to put this on the outside. So 2y squared plus 7y plus 3. So then 2y squared divided by 2y squared is just 1. So I can put that there. So in line with my constants. So then multiply 1 by everything here and put it underneath here. So basically just rewrite this out as it's multiplied by 1. So then plus 7y plus 3. Draw a line under it and subtract. So 2y squared minus 2y squared, that's gone. 0 minus 7 is minus 7y. And minus 8 minus 3 minus 11. So then this integral now becomes the integral of 1 plus, and this is my remainder. So I've put a plus here. I'm going to put all of this in my numerator to make my life a little bit easier. You'll see why that is in a moment. So that one goes there. And what's my denominator is this, which is equivalent to that. So I'm going to leave it in its factorised form in this part of the integral. So then I've got 2y plus 1 and then y plus 3. And that's dy. Okay, now integral of 1, no problem. This I need to take care of with partial fractions. So I'm going to do my partial fractions for just this bit over here. So let's just underline that and let's take care of only the fraction. So minus 7y minus 11 over 2y plus 1 and y plus 3. So then that is going to be, doing my partial fractions, I'll need an a coefficient with this factor, and that's 2y plus 1, and a b coefficient for the y plus 3. Okay, now we've got linear terms in my denominators, so I just need constants here, and as to set each of one of these to 0 in the denominator, they will need different values of y, so I can just use my cover-up method. So for a, we'll let y equal, well, what sets this to 0? So if y is minus 1/2, that will set that to 0. So let y equal minus 1/2. Then all I need to do now is, as that will be set to 0, cover that over and then plug in minus 1/2 into all that. So I'll have minus 7 times minus 1/2 minus 11 over minus 1/2 plus 3. And then that will give me my a coefficient. So minus 7 times minus 1/2, that's going to give me 7 over 2. So 7 over 2 minus 11, so let's write that out. 7 over 2 minus, now if I put that over 2, I've got minus 22 over 2. And then my denominator, I've got minus 1/2 plus 3, that's going to give me 5 over 2. So now I've got all 2's in my denominators, so I can just cancel them out. So now I've got 7 minus 22, it's minus 15 over 5, that gives me minus 3. So that's my A. And now for the B, let's plug in what makes that 0. So obviously y equals minus 3. So for B, let y equal minus 3. and now plug in minus 3 into all of this, covering this one up. So now I'll have minus 7 minus 3 minus 11. So plug in y is minus 3, and the same here for this one. So now I'll have 2 times minus 3 plus 1. Okay, minus 7 times minus 3 is 21. 21 minus 11 is just going to give me 10. And then 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, plus 1 is minus 5. So then that's going to give me a coefficient of minus 2. So now that equals my B. So if I know that that is minus 3, and that equals minus 2, I can now rebuild that in that format for my integral. So let's take this off the board and rewrite the integral. Okay, now let's take care of this integral. So now what I want to do is I'm going to break it apart into 3 separate integrals. So integral of 1, so let's do it all over here. Integral of 1 dy. Then here, what I want to get is a 1 in my numerator and bring this 3 out the front. So I'll have a minus 3 as a multiple. So minus 3 integral 1 over 2y plus 1. And that's also dy. And then do the same here. I can pull this minus 2 out. That's just a constant multiple. And that's over y plus 3. So 1 over y plus 3 and then dy. So now taking care of each integral. So I've got integral of 1 with respect to y. Well, that's just going to give me y. So I'm going to bring that down a line here. Here I've got a minus 3. So whatever result I've got to multiply by minus 3. Now 1 over 2y plus 1. What I want to get here is a standard form for an integral result, which if I just put that in a box, so the integral of 1 over u du, that's going to give me natural log of u plus c. So that's a standard integral. So if I use this to become a u, then I can use that as a standard result. So if I let u equal 2y plus 1, take the derivative of both sides. So now I've got du equals 2 dy, and in which case dy is du over 2. So then let's plug that into this integral. Let's do it over here. So now I've got the integral 1 over, and then I want to do u, so I can put 1 over u. And then what's my dy? Well, dy is du over 2. Okay. So I can bring the half out, and then I've got 1 over u du. So now I can just do log of the absolute value of u plus c. So I've got here minus 3 times a half, so minus 3 over 2, log of the absolute value of u, and what is u? It's 2y plus 1. So that takes care of that one. And then similarly here, I've got minus 2. And then let's let u equal to y plus 3. So u equals y plus 3. Du equals, derivative of y is just 1. So du equals dy. So then taking care of this on this side. So now I've got the next integral, this one, it's 1 over u du. So 1 over u du gives me natural log of u in the absolute value plus c. And what is u? It's y plus 3. So I've got minus 2 ln of y plus 3 and then plus c. And then that will be my result. Okay.